there are a lot of people that have seen me posting videos about how there are no blocks in Wing Chun. This is a mental state that you need to have. And somebody said, well, what about Gaun? And then they pointed out a video of Gary Lamb's where he discusses the Gaun is a block. And they showed me the video, and he's only talking about the bottom Gaun, and he suggests that's a block, but then when he says that the top one, the top Gaun, he says that is an attack. Okay, so Gaun is when you are shifting and you're moving. You should never do Gaun stagnant like this. You know, your elbows are only supposed to go so far. You're in the movable elbow area. You never want to reach with it. In other words, if I'm standing here, I don't want to reach with it, and I'm coming off balance now. You see that? So you're sitting down, you're relaxed, and when you're Gauning, and especially if a shift or a step, you're Gaun. If you're thinking of it in a block way, I don't know that that's the proper way to explain it, because it was explained to me. And Gary Lamb has videos on Gaun where he literally says it is an attack, okay? So he understands what he's saying, but he's just using a different English word in some of his videos, and then he's got other ones that he is clearly stating it is an attack. So here's how you think of this, okay? Someone has something coming into you. The most common time that I've ever done a Gaun is when someone is throwing a front kick. I will sidestep with a Gaun because I don't know what they're doing. And this will end up blocking the majority of their leg somewhere, okay? Somewhere in there it will block their leg if they're just doing like a front snap kick, or especially if they're doing one, I don't know what they call it in Taekwondo, but it's like that. They leap with it and they move. You can sidestep and do the Gaun, but you got to go into the person, okay? You've got to move with it. You can't just sit there and be robotic and do this. You're going to get hit. Even if you catch their foot, doing a shift or doing a shift step with that Gaun adds a momentum of strength and physics that just standing still, stagnated, and doing this does not. There are certain moves you want to do with a shift or a shift and a step. Bong would be one of them, okay? So when we're bonging, we always want to shift. You won't see anybody that's just sitting here and they're in Yi Kim Young Man and they just bong, okay? You might see it on training or some drills, but it's just so that the guy is getting used to lifting that shoulder and getting that elbow just to come up with the arm stagnated and then turning it, okay? And shifting without this, you know, that muscle mass coming up. Your shoulder only wants to rotate, but your arm is going to turn, and you want to try to keep that shoulder down. Almost everything has to be done. I got an alarm going off somewhere. Where's that phone at? Hold on 1 minute. So everything has to be done in practice as you do in fighting. So you're going to have a lot of drills at first where you are stagnated and you're learning like a Don Chi Sao. Nobody Chi Sao's Don Chi Sao, okay? That's one-handed, okay? That's where you're doing one-handed, okay? No one does that, but you're learning it to get the basics. And then once you got the basics, you move on. You won't do Don Chi Sao again once you've gotten good enough with it, unless you're teaching it to someone who's new to it, and then you got to do it with them, okay? So Gaun is considered a block by some, but it's the mentality. It's like if I had a shield arm. I have a sword and I have a shield. If I'm going to do this and my shield is right here, let's say I swing at you with my sword, but I got a shield here too, so the shield's down here. If you have a sword and you went down for like a lower gut stab and I'm like, bam, that becomes an attack. You can argue it's a block, but your mentality should be that it is an attack. You are taking the space of your opponent. That's what this thing is doing, okay? This lower part. If you think, oh, it's block, it's block, it's block, you know, if you think like that, you're going to lose a fight. It needs to be aggressive. It needs to be fast. And you need to be a relaxed strength so that when you're doing the Gaun, these are your attacks. You're taking up the space. So I want to show real quick. This is the video that somebody sent to me, and they were like, oh, you need to look at what Gary Lamb says. So here's the issue. At the beginning of it, he says it's a block, but then later he says that the other part of the Gaun is an attack.
50 in the freeway. How to stop you? Put a tree in front of the freeway. You finish.
So he's saying that if you got a car driving on the highway, how do you stop them? You put a tree on the highway. Would you all say that's blocking traffic or attacking traffic? See, it's the way you think about it. It's the way you think about it.
A street light can collect everything, can block everything. I see one of the James Bond movie is like that.
All right, so this is called Gaun.
The car.
See, it's right here, Gaun.
But for the gun, actually, if you using two hands, this is block, but this one is attack. This one I Sam.
Okay, so at the beginning of it, and I'm not arguing with Gary Lamb. I love Gary Lamb. I follow a lot of his stuff. I trained under 2 of his students now. I love Gary Lamb, but I can't say that I'm officially licensed under him because the people that I trained under, they're not considered a sifu through Gary Lamb, but they are amazing at Wing Chun. So I just want to point out that somebody tried to use this to correct what I was saying, but it's the terminology. It's the way you think of it. That's all it is, guys. That's all it is. Do you want to throw your Gaun out there and always visualize it as a block, or do you want to visualize it as an attack? That's what this is talking about, okay? You can still make an argument that Gaun is a block if you have the mentality it's a block. I do not want that mentality. Even if I miss them, even if I don't block anything, it is still an attack. I'm taking space. I'm taking their center area in front of them. It's now mine at that split second in time because my hands are there. That's how you think of it. So it's an attack. Everything in Wing Chun is like chess. You are taking space and you are attacking the opponent. And it's not always a strength attack. Sometimes it's you are taking space. Sometimes it's you are attacking their balance. This is where crane comes in to the Wing Chun. Okay, Wing Chun is considered to be crane and snake. So crane is heavy on structure, on balance, on attacking the other opponent's balance. Well, one of the best ways to explain that from Wing Chun is you are attacking the space, you're taking up space, you're forcing them back, and you're in that area now. They cannot be in that area, okay? 2 objects cannot sit in the same space. Two things of mass cannot be in the same space. That's basic physics. So when one clashes with the other, it's going to knock it out of the way or whatever. And if you think of it as a block, I'm telling you, your mentality on this is going to make you lose the fight because you're thinking block, 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 block. No, I want to think attack, 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 attack. Everything I'm doing is attacking. I am attacking their balance. I'm attacking their body. I'm attacking their head. I'm attacking their arms. I'm attacking the space in front of them and taking it. It's a mentality thing, okay? So I just showed you where Gary Lamb said that the upper Gaun Sao is an attack. So you can make the same argument for the lower then. Obviously, if they're throwing a low kick or they're doing something weird, maybe they fell down and they're getting up, and as they're getting up, they charge you, and so they're really, really low, and you happen to do a Gaun, and you hit their arm or even their head with a Gaun, and you sidestep them. Maybe, you know, I don't know. Maybe they're a wrestler and they fell down, and they crouch as they get up, and then they launch themselves toward you, and they're trying to tackle your legs, so their entire body's really low. Your Gaun becomes an attack. It's just a mentality. I'm not arguing with Gary Lamb. I'm just showing you Gary Lamb even uses the same language, okay? Take care, guys. Keep learning your Wing Chun.